Hi everyone, and welcome back to Queen G's Recipes, and today we are going to be making Scottish shortbread. I'm going to be showing you how I like to make it, and most definitely you are going to love it. It requires very few ingredients and it is so delicious, and definitely something perfect for this time of year. So this is another option for you to make, and let's go over the ingredients we are going to be needing here today. So definitely a lot of butter. Now my butter is softened and cubed. Must be softened and much easier when it's cubed. Here we have some flour, and we have some cake flour and a little bit of salt. Now what we are doing is trying to add some lightness. So we are going to add half cake flour, half regular all-purpose flour. Now if you want to use rice flour instead of cake flour, you can do that as well. Just use half rice flour and half all-purpose flour. So that's that, and we also have a little bit of salt, as I mentioned. Here we have some vanilla extract and some sugar. And you will also need two 8-inch pans that have been lined with some parchment paper. You don't want to place any butter or grease or spray, anything like that in the pan, because the cookies already have a lot of butter, so that will be sufficient. You also want to have your oven preheated to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's move on to the next step. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is add in all of our dry ingredients. So both of our flours, our salt, and our sugar. So you want to sift them in. Okay, so after adding in all of our dry ingredients, I gave it a whisk, just as you saw there, for about 30 seconds, just to kind of mix in all of our ingredients. Now we will add in our cubed softened butter and our vanilla extract, and then we will let this mix until it starts to form a dough. And then we will split the dough in half, and we will place each half into one of our 8-inch cake pans that we have there, and then I will show you the next step before we bake them. Okay, so this is what your dough will look like. It will take between 3 to 5 minutes. And at first it will become very crumbly, which is totally normal. And then it'll start to form this dough like you see here. Now what I'm going to do is, just on my countertop, I'm gonna form it into a disc. I'm going to split it in half. And as I mentioned before, just going to press it into each of my 8-inch pans with the parchment paper. And then I will show you the next step. And now what we are going to do is we are going to prick our dough here with a fork, so we get that shortbread look like in the bakeries and when you buy them at the store. Okay, so now we will place these in our preheated oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 35 minutes, and then I'll meet you right back here as soon as they are done. Okay, so my shortbread baked for exactly 31 minutes. As you can see, it starts to develop a very light golden brown edge, and that's how you want it. You don't want them to be dark, so you do want to keep an eye on it after about 25 minutes of baking. So now we are going to take a butter knife and run it around the edges just to make sure everything is nice and loose from the pan, and we will cut them right away. So you don't want to wait till they cool off. As soon as you take them out of the oven, you want to cut them into squares right away. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so after you have sliced your shortbread, you want to make sure that you leave it in the pan cooling for about half an hour so it doesn't break and crumble on you. And then you can remove it with an offset spatula or whatever you have that's available. And now we are most definitely ready to try this. This shortbread is wonderful. It is soft, full of flavor, not overly sweet. It is perfect, and you must try this for the holidays. So easy to put together, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give us a nice big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new and delicious recipe. Share the recipe with your family and friends, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. The links will be in the description box below along with the recipe. And I'll see you on my next video. Take care. Bye everyone.